We're now getting to the next keynote speech, which will be done by our well-known presenter. I think he was with us a few times now, Pauli Jormanainen, who will be joining us as a ASSA ABLOY Global Solutions Partner with a special keynote entitled How?
Critical infrastructure challenges, threats, and megatrends.
Ooh, all that for us. Welcome back,
It sounds
Pauli.
mega.
Take your place. You have, I think, enough time to explain us everything. We're going to wait. Your 20 minutes goes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Very good early afternoon. I know that this is the hardest part for you after lunch, maybe after a glass of wine. So we presenters, we try to be present as interesting topics as possible. And it is extremely easy for me to continue from the previous presenters. So my name is Pauli Jormanainen. Like it is mentioned, I'm coming to a company called ASSA ABLOY. And I'm going to tell a little bit more on this critical infrastructure as a Can I get the next slide, please? Here. Okay, so what I'm going to present during the hopefully 15 minutes or so to save some time. So what is the critical infrastructure definition? What are the challenges and threats in critical infrastructure? Then I have an interesting report, security report, just briefly that. Then how big are the investments during the next 6-7 years? Then what are the megatrends in critical infrastructure? And what kind of changes we can see in solutions? And finally, a couple of slides of this ASSA ABLOY company. What is critical infrastructure? You can actually read the full definition of this from the European Union Council. But when thinking our society, thinking telecom, energy, security, education. So these are the critical functions. And these critical functions are making like a network, like a spider network. If one is working, also the other one is not working. So that if one is going down, basically the society is not functioning anymore. So these are so-called critical infrastructure players. What kind of challenges we have in critical infrastructure? Thinking a large organization or large companies like telecom, energy, water. So they are quite often operating at a large geographical area, so that the access points, locking points are widely spread around the city, around the country, around the region. Then the access points can be in, harsh conditions. And over here, it might mean near the sea, next to the heavy road, under sun, rain, snow, frost, and also around the area where we can see a lot of vandalism. Then thinking safety risks and thinking example, railroad network or electricity network, so that there can be safety risks. Example, if you don't have authorized access and you go in and you don't know how to work over there, it can be a safety risk. Or there can be a vandalism due to the weak security, or someone has not done the service, and that's why there's a safety risk. And then going back to this, when the locking points can be, or access points can be in large geographical area, also there are so many different type of access points or locking points. Gates, doors, cabinets, all kind of storage areas, ladders, whatever. So this is making it difficult for the companies to manage these all access points. Then thinking the current business model, so that larger companies and even smaller companies are not doing all the service work by themselves, but they are using someone to do the work for them. They are using subcontractors. And thinking that you have a big number of subcontractors, it's rather difficult then to manage this, from the security point of view. And what kind of threats we have, and actually in the previous presentation, cybersecurity was mentioned several times. We are actually living in rather turbulent world at the moment. So the last couple of years has been difficult in many areas. There are also a lot of organized crimes around us. There's all kind of vandalism, unfortunately, and civil unrest. Cyber thefts, like it was mentioned in the previous presentation, very well. And then this is not very openly discussed, this insider crime, but it happens. It's not so easy for the organizations to admit that, yes, we have an inside crime, but it happens. This is a very interesting report, and I actually encourage you to read this. This report is rather large because 1,775 chief security officers have been interviewed in 30 different countries. And when we count these revenues of these companies where the security officers are coming from, these companies' total turnover is $20 trillion. And based on this report, actually 1 trillion out of this 20 trillion is lost because of internal and external physical security incidents in year 22. Over here we have a huge numbers, but thinking, example, we have 100 million euros turnover in our company. So this security incident lost is 5 million. We are talking big numbers. And where the loss is coming from, cybersecurity is definitely one. Unauthorized access. What unauthorized access means in this case is that there can be a leaking of company's sensitive information, misuse of company's resources and data. Then this thefts of company physical property. It's like I said, that internal thing. Fraud. And then lack of performance. I already in previous slide mentioned the subcontractors, but if you cannot control that, services have been completed. As long as things goes well, you don't have an issue, but then if, for example, if at the telecom site you have a power cut and the telecom tower is down, at the busy areas, the telecom tower can actually contribute millions of euros revenue for the owner. And if this is down, it's lost. So read this very interesting report. And then the investment needs. Before this slide, we actually heard what are the challenges, what are the threats. Now we are coming to the how to say it, report where it is estimated that how much these critical infrastructure companies have to invest in the future. It's almost 50 trillion US dollars. It's so big money that it's something that I can't even say how many zeros are there, but it's a big money. Even we are trying to save energy. So energy consumption is increasing. Thinking that there are a lot of new construction work going on to generate more power, more efficient way of distributing this power, so that there are really heavy investments there. Also, societies are encouraging not to use cars as much as possible, but cars will be always there. There will be a lot of also, if not personal cars, then the public transportation, lorries, all these kind of things, so that huge investments over there. Nowadays, we are not using so much on our mobile phone to make a normal phone calls, but we are using more and more data. And it is not our personal usage of data, but all the companies are providing and offering more data. So a lot of investments on the telecom and media side. In this part of the world, we always know that when we open a water tap, we get the clean water. But this is not the case in all countries. And thinking that what would be one of the easiest way to harm our society would be to add something our fresh water. So easily you can distribute this bad water to hundreds, to thousands, to tens of thousands of households. So not only to have this fresh water, but secure this fresh water. Rail industries, I have learned that also here in Ljubljana, they are going to build a new station. So a lot of investments at the stations, but also when it comes to high-speed rail, but also when it comes to security. I take one example from India. India's railroad network is one of the largest in the world. There was an accident 2-3 months ago where actually, was it 550 people died and 1,000 injured. Before that, this railway, how to say it, security, they were not so keen on to increase this or make the security better. But after that incident, they made a plan to invest for coming 4 years, 3 billion euros to increase the security because they have to. Airports, have you seen any larger airport without any construction work? Always there are something going on. So this is also one big area. And also seaports. We see this upgrade of seaports. We see more vessels on the sea. So this is also one area. What are the megatrends? Urbanization. So more and more people are moving from the countryside to the cities. Maybe we don't see that much in this part of the world, but thinking countries like India, China, Indonesia, where they have a so big population. And this is getting a problem for the cities to look after all these people. Global aging, we are not getting any older, but those others are. So this global aging is also putting these societies in such a situation that they have to offer new services. They have to offer new digital services because there are not human beings to serve these people. And this has to be very easy to use. Sustainability, very important topic. Use less energy, recycle things, very important. This political changes, we are not talking this what is happening in this war, but also what is happening inside the countries. There are changes in politics, so this is also causing issues. There are all kinds of security threats and cybersecurity. We have all seen during the last few years how fast this digitalization is moving, and once again, we have to follow with that because there's no other choice. And then coming to this change of digital solutions, so that if earlier, like also our company was promoting more, of course we had the mechatronic already long time ago, but we were talking more on mechanical solutions. So that mechanical solution is not enough, and in previous presentation we heard that if it is weak single credential, it is not good enough. So that we need to have like a dual credential to able to be sure that it's the right person who is entering in. Then this connectivity, thinking that if you now buy a new household item, fridge or microwave or whatever, you can already connect that to the network. We actually are starting to use more and more this graphical user interface, so that not typing anymore so much on these tasks over there, but using icons, increasing more and more. And then the platforms have to be modular, so that if today we are using some of the functions there, but tomorrow we need to use even more of these so that we can add these functions over there. Cloud services, so that you can get the online monitoring wherever you have any access points or any security points. You need more data, example to control your subcontractors. Maintenance, so that when actually you have an online solution, you also can follow that when do we need to maintain something, or is the maintenance being done. Integration, it has been mentioned several times during today's presentation, but this is also important, that there's not any more single separate solutions, but these all are, how to say, communicating with each other, so that you have to be able to integrate your solution. This was actually very well explained by the previous presenters, so I luckily don't need to go deep on this, but this is good to remember that this IT security directive is coming, and actually it will be valid after a year. So it's not long from now, and as you heard, there can be a lot of penalties if you don't follow this new directive. Finally, a couple of slides, who we are and what do we do. This Assa Abloy Group, listed in Stockholm Stock Exchange, over 11 billion euros turnover, over 50,000 people around the world, and we have actually operations over in 70 countries. And then who we are, so that inside in Assa Abloy we have this focus team who is really focusing on these critical infrastructure customers, so that we will work with these verticals. And then this final slide over here, when it comes to this offering, like I said, that if we earlier were offering only hardware, nowadays hardware is one part, large variety of hardware, not one type. We are actually connecting those to the software. Then we are doing integrations. We are offering a platform. We can add more and more. And then we are also offering services. So from the single hardware supplier to total solution supplier for critical infrastructure. Thank you very much. This was my part on this today's event. So thank you. And if you like to talk with us, so we are also there at the showroom. Thank you.